Jump off that exhausting hamster wheel and into balanced living with Dr. Marissa.
Promise you joy in the mystery.
Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah. Her mission, to be a beneficial presence on the planet. Her purpose, to be your personal advocate to live, laugh, love, learn. Her life motto, don't die wondering. Take back your life with Dr. Marissa Pay.
And welcome. You are tuned in to Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. KCAAradio.com, as well as iHeartRadio and Spotify and Spreaker and Amazon Music and everywhere, because I want to splatter more hope and happiness on y'all first thing in the morning so that you can have the best day ever. That is my Happy 88 mission. That is what I've chosen as mission possible. I'm possible instead of impossible for y'all out there. And I hope that you had a beautiful weekend and that you are ready to take on this week, not because it's going to be a bad week, because it's going to be a great week. And how do I know? Because I choose to know that for myself and for you. And you just have to do that little thing called the C word, which is choose, not compromise, not collaborate, not commit even, but to choose. It is our absolutely most powerful tool in life. And if you've been listening to me for a little while, this actually is my 507th consecutive show, 9 years on the air. Those of you who have been with me from my afternoon primetime show, I'm grateful that you made the switch to every morning. I'm proud and honored to be your morning show host here at KCAA. Those of you also may know that I'm an organizational psychologist by education. That's what my PhD is in. And I have I'm known for a book that came out just before COVID, and I was on tour with it, called 8 Ways to Happiness from Wherever You Are. So now you're starting to get why I'm all about happiness, why I would love 88 million more happy people in the next 8 years, because I do believe that choosing happiness is the quickest way for all of us, one, to start feeling better about ourselves, which I think is tantamount to feeling better about other people, to feeling better about life, to feeling better about everyone and everything. So as I am doing that, I bring you news and stories that I actually cover for my other job as a freelance beat reporter. You may have seen a lot of my clips on the local news here in Southern California, but I do that partially because I love to cover what's right about people, what's good about people. And so today is no exception. The Seniors Fight Back, where I was approached by my past guest, Cesar Lagano, who was the guy who was punched in the face in Don Kanabe Park. It made the news because it was an Asian hate crime. And here he is learning moves to protect himself and also encouraging other seniors to do so. So enjoy that, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Good morning, it's Dr. Marissa reporting live. You know me as the Asian Oprah. I'm back at the Don Kanabe Park with a really great event for Seniors Fight Back by Janice Hahn's group. They wanted to make sure that Asian American elders had a way to learn how to fight back. And my favorite person from the last time I was here, the wonderful Cesar, who was attacked at this park. You saw him on my show. He just came over to say hello. How are you?
I'm doing fine now. I'm good.
Did you take the class?
Yes, I did.
Did
Yes.
you learn anything?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Show me the move.
Yes. Yes. This is the hammer coming from here.
That's a hammer. Whoa. Yeah. So good job. So the next time that guy comes to you and says something and is in your face, you know what to do. Yes. That's great. So that's a hammer.
Yes. And the elbow.
Elbow.
Elbow is this.
Ah. Wow. I should take this. That's awesome. All right. There's no doubt in my mind that anyone is going to make you a victim anymore, right?
Yes.
So, yeah.
Now the next one is the kick.
The kick.
Yeah.
All right. We're getting a full.
The front kick.
The front kick. Oh, wow. How old are you, Cesar?
70.
70 years old. So, heck, if you can do that, here, let me try. Like that?
Yes.
Oh, I've got a dress on. Nice. And if you could pan for me and just show the number of seniors that showed up for this event is awesome. We've got volunteers and people who are teaching the elders here. My heart is so wide open. I love the response of the community. When bad stuff happens, it brings out the best in other people. And this is no exception. Thank you so much for stopping by and giving me a lesson, Cesar. I hope that you have the best day ever. This is Dr. Marissa reporting live. Ready? You're going to do this. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace.
Wasn't that special? Yes, I love my life. And I'm determined to drag you along with me in that. And we'll be right back with the question of the day, which is, what is the secret to happiness? And I'll give you a little hint. There are 3 words. 3 words. So think about that during the news break and see if you guess it when we come back for Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa. The morning show here on KCAA, the station that leaves no listener behind. And we're back. You are tuned into Take My Advice. I'm not using it. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, and FM 106.5. And this is a show about hope and happiness and Happy 88 tools for you to choose happiness. So the question of the day segment, I love because I have no idea what the question is going to be until it gets sent to me. And then I get to answer it with whatever, comes into my head and my heart. So I love that transparency. I always say, speak through me, don't let me get in the way, let the words be thine, the voice be mine. And it's not a religious thing. It is a spiritual, energetic thing. So I don't know about you, but I grew up with a pretty angry religion. I'm not going to say which one it is, but I was always sort of, threatened to be good. And in order to get to heaven, I had to be good. And what I've discovered is it really has nothing to do with being good or bad. It has everything to do with being connected to an energy or a power. Some people call it God. Some people call it Jesus. Some people call it Buddha. Some people call it love. And whatever you call it is fine with me. I call it my UPS man, my universal power source, actually. And it helps me stay happy and positive most of the time. And I do that, 1, because it just feels better. And number 2, it's good for my health. So that is sort of my foundation background. And the question that came out was actually, this was a question asked to Eckhart Tolle. And I love his answer. And I wanted to share his answer with you. What the 3 words that are the secret to happiness. And then before I give you those 3 words, and I can't really hear what you're saying the three words were. I know that some people think it's love, some people think it's peace, people think it's joy, and some people think it's harmony, but actually it's none of those. And before I give you the three words that Eckhart Tolle shares, it is also when His Holiness the Dalai Lama was asked, what is the secret of happiness? He said, if I told you, it wouldn't be a secret anymore, which I loved. And he is a beautiful teacher who just really walks his talk. And I just love it. So the three words, here we go. The three words that are the secret to happiness are you ready? Drum roll, please. I have to put that in my sound machine. Drum roll, please. It is one with life. One with life. Now that's, what do you mean by that, Dr. Marissa? Well, I'll let you know what that means. So when we are angry, and especially the kind of anger called righteous indignation. So somebody insults you, somebody hurts you, somebody says something mean to you, somebody takes something away from you, and it is bothersome, aggravating, frustrating, irritating, all those things. I have found that it is important for me to feel those feelings. The worst thing I can do is pretend like nothing is wrong. I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay. That doesn't work because you're not okay and you're faking it. And, fake it till you make it really doesn't work. Because if we want to be authentic, beautiful expressions of life with a capital L, then the truth is we are human with human emotions. So I'm always saying, feel your feelings fully. So when something does bother you, it is really important to express that displeasure, but for a very short time and without hurting anyone or yourself. So I used to do a scream. I used to roll up the windows in the car, and if I got pissed off, I would just let it rip, turn the music on. Hopefully nobody was watching, and I would scream. But I sing. Some of you know I'm a retired lounge lizard, and I still sing with the Agape International Spiritual Center Choir. You may have seen me, Rev's birthday on stage singing with the ensemble. So it hurts my throat. So I do the silent scream. So if you can imagine, I know you're just streaming now and you're only listening to my voice, but you can watch this on YouTube after. If you just open your mouth like a scream, but don't use your vocal cords and that's very helpful too. Or I stomp my feet, and also, a little hard on my hips that just got replaced because hips don't lie, or I'll jump up and down like a skipping rope to release some of that negative energy. I will bite my pillow, don't ask, but I will do things that release that negative emotion. So it is important for you when you are irritated to allow yourself to feel it and release it, because negative energy takes up more volume than positive energy. And this is all in my 8 Ways to Happiness book. If you want to actually references, I believe is in chapter 3, filled with balanced tools to help you choose happiness. Okay. So once you've released that, then you do the breath. And you all know I'm big with breath. You take that breath in, so you've released all that. And then releasing, soft shoulders, soft elbows, soft knees, another breath in. Releasing all the stories and the drama. And one last deep breath in. Connecting with me through chi, eternal energy, the breath of life that connects us all. And your fingers might begin to tingle the more you do this. That's normal. You're releasing blocks. You are connecting energetically with the love energy around you, with the life energy around you. And once you're at that point, can you be one with whatever you don't like? This is an actual blissipline, because it does not come naturally. because we as human beings either fight or flight, right? You don't like something, you're either going to try to make it go away and, hit back, or run from it to try to get away from it. So that's the natural thing. This blisscipline, being one with life, says that we can be okay right where we are. And that's not easy, because when someone says something mean to me, I want to go back and say something mean to them. I do not want to be nice to them. I want to look at them and say, if I look like you, I'd be miserable too. And that doesn't work quite very well. I may think it, but I shouldn't say it. So instead, I use words and phrases that soothe me into the acceptance to be one with life. And I've used some of these tools with you before, so I'm kind of putting them all in one place. So hopefully you'll take these tools for the rest of your week. You can put them on Post-its. I used to have them Post-its in my bathroom, and until I memorized them, until I used them so much that they became like a habit, and I wasn't always looking to make MSU University make shiitake up. It would come very quickly into my consciousness and use it. So one of those things is, when I'm pissed at someone, I just breathe, and then I say, everybody does the very best that they can. If they could do better, they would, but they can't. Everybody does the very best that they can. If they could do better, they would, but they can't. And I'm not going to let their inability to do better affect my happiness. Because the truth is, my knee-jerk reaction, or my jerk reaction, is to insult them back, or to defend myself, or to say, how dare you say that? But really, it's wasted breath. I'm not going to make them change their mind or make them a different person than who they are at this very moment. And you've tried, I've tried. Have you ever tried to make your husband say what you wanted them to say? Right? Why didn't you say I look nice? Well, you look nice. Too late. If I have to make you say it, then it's not the same thing. So the ticket here, to be okay with where you are with that person. And that's not easy, because you really, we're primed, we're tuned to defending ourselves, to change someone's mind, to make them understand where they're coming from. The whole I feel statements. I'm going to go out on a limb here as a psychologist and tell you, sometimes feelings are way overrated, and sometimes you really don't even need to go back in there to get someone to agree with you who probably will never agree with you. Does that make sense? So, those are some of the tools that I use. So one is the breath, and then everybody does the very best that they could do. If they could do better, they would. And then I'm going to love myself enough not to stay in this negative energy. So I can start the day over at any time. We did this last week, and someone messaged and said they really loved that. So I'm going to say it again. You could start the day over at any time. You don't have to lose an entire day just because someone cut you off on the freeway. Because if you think about it, if you carried on that negative energy, it will follow you wherever you go. Because once you start that chain of negativity, it's very hard to stop a train that's going quickly down that negative road. You ever notice that when you say, I had the worst day ever, it just gets worse? Or you say, it can't get any worse than this, or it can't get any more horrible than this. And guess what? A lot of the times it does. It's almost like you're setting yourself up for more crap. So I don't want you to do that. I want you instead to start your day over at any time. And my daughters and I, when we get into it, we get into it. We take some space. I usually go to the other room, or I hang up the phone and say, I'll call you when I'm a little more balanced, or I can't believe you just said that, and I'll hang up, which I'm not proud of, but I am human, and 12% of the time I screw up. 88% of the time I'm a fabulous mom. 12% of the time, meh. So after that, I let myself cool off. Then here's another tool. I actually write what I'm pissed off about, and I put it in an email. I try to do as quickly as possible because I don't want the law of attraction to come in, because every 16 seconds you stay in whatever energy you're in, you're going to get a thought or something happening that will validate where you are. That's why I choose to be happy, because I want that feeling to continue. But when I'm in that negative place, I say everything I want to say, and then I hit save draft. I have many saved drafts in my computer. Hopefully you'll never see them because they're not very nice. But that way I have honored the way I'm feeling and put it there. And then I hit save draft. And almost every time, and I have the rule, sleep on it for 24 hours. And almost every single time the next morning, either it's not worth the energy, I don't feel that way anymore, and I go to my bottom line, I love that person. So all those things are ways in which I'm hoping, because Monday, that's today, I want to give you enough, stack you up with the tools, the Happy 88 tools, so you can go take on the rest of the week in the happiest way possible. Okay? And that's it for the question of the day. I'm going to leave this segment with you with two wonderful interviews that I'd totally forgotten about. I brought them out of my phone because of the Olympics. And those are my interviews with Laurie Hernandez, gold medal Olympian, and Shannon Miller as well, gold medal. So I'll leave you with those. And then...
Beautiful smile. I'm Dr. Marissa, reporting live from Poly Pavilion, UCLA. We're here to do some beautiful work and shed hope and happiness. I am Dr. Marissa, also known as the Asian Oprah, and I have here Laurie Hernandez. Tell me why you would want to support an event like this.
I think it's really important to get the message out there. I think that so many people are so many people are here to tell their story and to explain what they've been through. And I think a lot of people really need to hear that and just be grateful for where they are. I think that it's really important to get this message out there.
Beautiful. What do you do in the morning when you don't feel like getting out there?
I think when I don't feel like getting out there, I remind myself that, you know what, today's a great day because I got to wake up today.
Beautiful.
So as soon as you can switch that mindset, that's it. You decide how your day goes, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I sign out of every show by saying peace in, and peace out.
And peace out.
Thank you so much, Laura.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Dr. Marissa reporting live from the Poly Pavilion in a great benefit event, Jump and Jive and Thrive. And I have here an amazing gymnast, Shannon Miller, and she's here. Why?
I am here to support awareness for cancer. I'm an ovarian cancer survivor. My mother is a cancer survivor. Obviously, I was a gymnast back in the day, but this is something I'm very passionate about. I do a lot with women's health and wellness. And for me, it's all about getting awareness out there, helping people understand how they can help with research, how they can help get to their own doctor's appointments and get those exams, but also an opportunity with the dance and the gymnastics and the music just to get up and move and celebrate life.
She's beautiful. It wasn't that long ago. What's your favorite memory of that time?
Oh my goodness. Well, there's so many, but I think the 96 Olympics, winning gold with our team, the Magnificent Seven, standing up there, seeing the flag being raised, and it was just such an incredible moment. I mean, especially for a 19-year-old to do that.
Yes. Love to have you on my show. Last thing I do is peace in and peace out. It's all about balance. Peace in and peace out. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Come right back. I have a special interview for you that you're going to enjoy immensely. His name is Corey Feldman. Do you remember him? Well, you're going to get to hear my interview with him and his wife when we come back to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show. welcome back. You are tuned into Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It. Get balanced with Dr. Marissa here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, streaming everywhere. iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Amazon Music, Tiki Live TV. You name it, it's there. And you can catch all of my 506 shows on my YouTube channel. It is a free subscribe, and there's lots of great interviews that are not from the show too, from my red carpet series, Halle Berry and John Travolta, Quincy Jones, and a whole host too that you just heard, Shannon Miller and Laurie Hernandez. And of course, my 485 consecutive weeks on the air with the show in the afternoon primetime slot before I move to your daily morning show. And I'm going to bring you a two-part today and tomorrow, my amazing interview with an actor that y'all know, Stand By Me, The Gremlins, I'm forgetting. There's many. And he's very interesting. He's gone through quite a bit, and he came in studio to talk with his wife, Courtney, and I'll let you just listen and enjoy.
And today, I do have a very special guest that you will probably recognize from his face. He's been for decades on the big screen. He's a film icon. You may remember him from The Goonies, from Stand By Me, from The Lost Boys, from The Gremlins. I have a funny story about that if we have time. And he's now taken all of his acting and focused it on a tour. He's been through quite a bit, and I know that his life experience has chiseled him into a man who has a message, which is exactly the kind of guest that I like. Those who have gone through life, good and bad, and then taken those experiences to alchemize them into the person they are now and doing good on the planet. So without further ado, I'd like you to welcome to the studio Corey Feldman.
Hi. How are you?
To have you here.
I'm having some trouble with headphones right
you
now.
are? Oh, yes, because the hat.
On, yeah.
That's okay.
I might just have to hold my hands like this.
Well, no, you actually you can just take them off and just listen to me this way. How's
Okay,
that? How's
right.
that? Okay.
Well,
But
this is okay.
yeah, and I'd like you to introduce the beautiful woman that's sitting to your right.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the beautiful woman sitting to my right is no other than DJ AC, a.k.a. Angel Courtney, also known as my wife.
So excited to be here.
So excited to have you. You are beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, and I got to meet both of you on the steps of the Disney Hall. Peace
That's
in
right.
and peace out to two people, Ryan Long, City Gala, and your brother,
Eden.
who
That's right.
helped put together a smashing event that I got to be on the red carpet interviewing Quincy Jones, John Travolta, Halle Berry, and Corey Feldman.
Wow.
And
I didn't even know all those people were there.
You didn't?
No.
Oh, well, they were.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. I mean, I knew John Travolta was there because he was being honored and Quincy was there, but I didn't know Halle Berry was there.
Yeah, she was there actually the day before when they do like a business summit.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He told me about the summit, my brother.
Yeah,
My brother's now working with us as the production manager on my tour.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. And we sat down at another event, Greg Reed's event, and I was having dinner with Ryan, and he said, "Why don't you have Corey on the show?" And I said, "Well, I actually asked him on the show." So he goes, "Eden, come over here and we'll make that happen." So
Right.
peace in and peace out to Eden as well.
Great minds think alike.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So the first thing I'd like to do is take a breath, because I went and did some research and I'd forgotten a lot of the things that have happened in your very young 4 decades of life. You've been through a lot.
A few things, yeah. I've had a few experiences.
Yes, you have. Yeah. I had forgotten, that you basically were loving yourself and acting on your own behalf very early, emancipating from your parents, and that whole helped other people sort of take care of themselves.
Inspiration.
Yeah. You took something that was not fun,
Right.
kind of dark,
Very,
And
very dark.
Very dark.
Very dark.
How's that relationship? Are you at all?
There is none.
There is no relationship.
No. And that's not because I don't believe in repairing things or forgiveness or anything like that, but I've tried it all. But when you're dealing with somebody that's not mentally well,
right,
you can't fix not well.
Yeah.
You can only fix, fixable, right?
Right,
So
right.
they just, spiritually are not
Where
able
they are
to find that.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I tried forgiveness and then tried, coping with it and dealing with it and everything I could until the time that I wrote my book, which, of course, was a very cathartic experience. And at that point, I basically said to both of them, look, if you do this the right way, we can continue having a relationship, which would be, of course, either supporting me or just saying nothing at all. But if you say something negative, then I have to let you go because I'm writing only the truth.
Yeah.
And I actually gave my mom the book 6 months in advance and said, if there's anything in there that you choose to argue or have a problem with or take issue with, let me know in advance, and I can discuss it with you. And if there's something that you really feel strongly about, I'll consider taking it out. But I gave it to her on a tablet, and we had lunch. And then, I said, and I laid it out. And I said, but just so you understand, if you go against me at this point, then that's it, because it's going to make you look really bad, because I'm just telling the truth. Yeah.
Right.
And she, of course, came out and spoke to, one of the tabloid TV shows and said, oh, no, it's all lies. And he had a ghostwriter and, his brain's probably messed up from all those years when he abused himself. Like, no, mother, that was 2 years versus the 50 years you've abused yourself.
Right.
So let's not get it twisted.
Yeah. But I like the, love from afar kind of thing.
Yeah, well, it's just, I don't have any anger or resentment. It's just, I can't allow myself to be inflicted with pain.
Yeah.
Because that's not fair to my current young family that I choose to keep moving forward. You know what I mean? Like if I get stuck in the past, then I'm not loving myself. So that's just not the right way to go.
Yeah. And you said something to me in that interview on the steps that really I said, I think if you remember, it's like, wait a minute, this is the stuff that I talk about. Are you reading my mind?
And a spiritualist.
Yes, yeah. And I love the fact that gratitude's important to you.
Absolutely.
Sort of not living in the past pain, not living in the future fear. Focusing on the present.
I wake up happy every day.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless there's a crisis going on or something terrible. But yeah, I think that's the most important thing, is to wake up grateful. If I always give this advice to people. People say, oh, my life's going so bad. I've got so much drama, so many bad things happening to me. And I go, you know what? Here's the key. The key is, remember that negative energy begets negative energy, and positive energy attracts positive energy.
Yep.
So you can have anything in abundance that you want to, based on your mindset and your belief system. Courtney actually taught me a lot about this as well, because she introduced me to the book The Secret, which she'd been studying. But I had already believed all these philosophies anyway, but there were also some new tricks that I learned from it. But the point being that we can accumulate any massive energy that we choose based on what our output is. And as long as our output is on the positive side, we're going to get positive feedback.
Yep.
However, if we sit there and dwell on problems, you ever notice how, like, if you have a bad day and something goes wrong, then you focus on it and you're like, oh my God, that was so terrible. I can't believe how terrible.
Right.
And then all of a sudden something else bad happens. And then something else and something else. And you're just like, when will it ever stop? Well, that is because you yourself are drawing that to you. Whereas if you see a negative issue come up and you let it go, like, oh, well, that happened. Okay, next. Now what are we going to do? What's the solution?
Yeah.
And you get right into the solution. All of a sudden, more positive things come at you. Because in the same vein, when a positive thing happens, if you're grateful for it and you say right away, thank you, God. Oh, my God, that's so beautiful. I'm so blessed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Then guess what? More good things will come to you.
Does this sound familiar at all? So, Courtney, we have to thank you to actually get that path going with The Secret, and something that you may know or not know. My big brother is actually the founder of Agape, who was one of the teachers on The Secret.
Oh, wow.
Yes,
Yay.
Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith is my big brother. He calls me little sister. He's the one who named me the Asian Oprah and introduced me to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. So, hey, big brother. And I told him that you were coming on the air. I don't think he knew about this connection.
No, he didn't.
But
'Cause we
he
haven't
said
met
to
him yet.
say hello. Well, you will be meeting him as soon as you
That's
come
one of
back from
Courtney's-
tour.
One of Courtney's,
He's an
goals.
inspiration.
Yeah, she's wanted to meet him for a long time.
Well,
Matter of
we'll
fact,
make that
we went to
happen for
Agape and listened to his sermon.
And you didn't go to meet him?
Well,
There was a big line.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
if we had known you were there, we would have made it. So next time,
I'm
just let me
very
know.
shy, very shy.
Are you being sarcastic?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. No, I'm like one of the I'm one of the shyest people you'll ever
Really?
meet. Yeah.
You know what's weird is I say that too, but I'm saying it because sarcasm is another service I offer. But you do not seem shy because you
'Cause I'm
just
out there.
put yourself out there
Yeah.
all the time.
Well, when it comes to media,
Mm-hmm.
film, stage, television, I come alive.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Because that's my job. I'm programmed that way. But that said, when I'm in public, there's nothing I can't. I just get so embarrassed when people come up to me, and like I really am very bad with meeting strangers. And I mean, I'm nice to everybody. I
Sure,
just
it's not comfortable for
Yeah,
you.
I'd rather hide in the corner.
You make it look comfortable,
Right.
But you're not as. I call them introverts who have learned how to operate in an extroverted world.
Right. Well, see, for me, it's even
So-
more messed up than that because I was an extrovert as a kid, but through the force of being famous, I've been beaten into a corner a bit. So therefore, I became an introvert based on the world.
Circumstance
Yeah,
and
the world that I live
experience.
in.
Wow.
And
Wow.
then, it's gone kind of the other way. Now I have to retrain myself. Okay, come on, you can do this. You can do this. Like if I go to, that's why you don't see me at Hollywood parties. You never see me unless it's a charitable thing.
Right, like when you were at City Gala,
or like a private friends event. I don't go.
Okay.
You don't see me on red carpets much. You don't see me at premieres and all that kind of stuff because
Right.
I get so terribly shy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well.
But Courtney, introduced me to, The Secret, and she told me all about Michael, and so we went to see him and listened to his speech, and I was like really wanted to go, but people started recognizing me, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to duck out.
Yeah. Well, next
Yeah.
time we'll take care of that. But
Okay.
you're welcome anytime. I'm actually on faculty there, so you can come to
great.
one of my balanced Tai Chi Gong classes.
Oh,
How's that?
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I would love to have you.
yeah,
in
we would
class.
love that.
Yeah,
I love it too.
That's fabulous. So you got launched, right? You were doing, what were you doing, and how did you guys meet?
Well, we actually met at the Playboy Mansion.
Ironically.
And I don't know. I was just a model and not really sure where I was going. And Corey helped me just get some confidence in myself and just really get some direction in life and help me develop into what I'm doing now, which is with the band and pianist and singer and DJ and all of that.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So was it love at first sight?
Yes. I mean, not love, that takes time to develop being in love. But yes, I thought she was gorgeous, of course,
And she is.
immediately.
Yes.
And when I met her, at the time, I was at a very different place in my life. I had just gone through a big divorce, and I was definitely not ready for anything serious. And I was there with, 10 girls. I would go, to these parties, and I'd bring a limo full of 10 girls because I always felt like if I'm going to Hef's house, I need to bring something to the table as opposed to being one of those guys that's trying to pull away,
Oh, it's from a giving place that you did that.
Yes, of course.
I see.
So I would say, okay, here you go. Let me, bring some beauty to your beautiful party and stuff like that. But anyway, it was more for the girls really because they all wanted so badly to meet him and to be there. And
Right.
it was such a big thing.
Yeah.
And then I said, I started looking at it. And really, this was the basis of Corey's Angels beginning, because
Yes.
I realized all these girls wanted so desperately to do something that was really subservient and really demoralizing at the end of the day, which led to nothing.
Right.
You know, not that doing Playboy itself was a bad thing. When Hef was in charge, it was a great thing because he treated them like, you know, he was a gentleman always.
Yeah.
But that said, in the end, they thought, okay, I could be the next Pamela Anderson, or I could be the next Farrah Fawcett, or I could be the next, you know, one of the few success stories that there were. And I'm looking at the odds going, yeah, but that's like 5 people out of, you know,
5
hundreds.
million. Yeah.
that have gone through the doors and not been successful.
Right.
So the odds didn't look very good to me. And then I'm also thinking, like, you know, some of these girls would talk to me about their talents, and they'd say, I've got this, I've got that, I can do this, I can do that. I said, well, what are you doing with it?
Yeah.
Oh, nothing, I just want to be a model and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, no. You can do so much more. Show your talent. Yeah, but people don't take me seriously. Why not? Well, because I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
Right.
It's, you know, they try to sleep with me, or they try to do this, or they try to do... And I said, this has got to stop.
Right.
So that's where I started.
And you know that from
Corey's
first
Angels.
experience.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah.
So I started Corey's Angels based on the fact that I knew that these girls needed to reinvent themselves and have confidence and believe in themselves in their art and what they had to express. So with Courtney, I met her there. She comes up to me and says, can I take a picture? I said, of course. So we took a picture together, and I said, what are you doing? She said, well, I don't know. I'm just getting ready to leave. And I said, well, where are you going? She said, I don't know, probably back to my hotel. And I said, who are you here with? And she said, nobody. And I said, well, where are you from? And she said, from Canada. And I said, wait a minute, you came here all the way from Canada by yourself? And she said, yeah. I said, that takes some big cojones.
Yeah.
You know, to fly all the way to Beverly Hills to go to the Playboy
party.
Mansion by yourself.
Right.
Okay, so you're going to have to come with us.
Yeah.
So she came with us, and then she ended up like, she's also very shy. So she ends up locking herself in the room the whole night. And I don't know what's going on. I come in and I check on her. Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm just looking for taxis. I said, what? I thought you were coming to hang out. She said, well, I got to get to my plane. I have a plane at 6 a.m. and it was like 3 in the morning and I got to go. And I was like, oh no. But, you know, and she's like, plus I didn't want to offend any of your girls because I didn't know if, you know, one of them's your girlfriend. I said, look, I just got out of a marriage. It's not like that. We're all friends, you know. But if you want to, you know, hang out sometime, you know, let's stay in touch. And so we did. And the rest is history.
Aww.
It took about 1.5 years, though, before we actually got together.
1.5 years of you know, getting to
Of
know each
courtship.
other. Of court.
Courtship.
Very cute. Very cute. Very cute.
I shipped her out after about 1 year.
Okay. Now I want to know
Her side of the
her
story?
side, because there's always two sides. I'm just kidding. I'm sure that was pretty accurate. But if you've just tuned in, you are listening to Take My Advice. I'm Not Using It. Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa. And today I am blessed to have a very famous and beautiful inside and out man with me. And he is here with his beautiful wife. And this is Corey Feldman. Those of you who are like, why does that name sound familiar? I'm sure you saw the Gremlins and the Goonies and Stand By Me. Very successful actor who
There's
is
about
now...
100 of them.
There's 100 movies?
Yeah.
Wow. And then now he is pursuing something that is his true love, from what I understand from your publicist, Sammy, and that is the music and the singing. And Courtney is also part of that band. An aside, where in Canada? Because I was born in Kitchener-Waterloo, Ontario.
Oh, wow. I was born in Kelowna, British Columbia.
So on the other side. That's
Yes.
cool. Yay, Canada.
Yay.
That's beautiful. So you've been married how long?
Since November.
Yeah,
That's
we're newlyweds.
yesterday?
Yeah, we're newlyweds.
Oh, that's beautiful.
But,
That's
but we've been
that's
together
great.
for 5 years now.
5 years. Okay, so all this was 5 years ago. And then she brought you to the law of attraction and the power of intentions and the positive power of gratitude and appreciation.
Well, I was there already, but it was more about learning manifestation.
Okay.
That's really the part that she got me into, because I was always about law of attraction. I was always about positive energy and putting it out there and getting it back and receiving and giving and grateful and all of that.
Right.
It's more that she said, look, if you want these bad things to stop happening to you, and you want good things to be in abundance, then you need to believe in abundance. And that is so important. You need to wake up every day and, say what you want in your life. Don't talk about, because, I would dwell in it. I'd sit there and go, oh, God, this is going on and that's going on. And she'd say, stop talking about that. Talk about what you want to happen, materialize, manifest.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. And that's when she showed me the book, and she would play the, oh my God.
The audiobook.
She would,
over and over and over.
She would just leave it on all day, every day. And then she would start getting, she'd get in these dark moods, we call them, or she'd start, focusing on all this negativity. I'd be like, excuse me, hello, Miss Advice, take your own advice,
Yeah, I know what that's all about.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't focus on the negative now. That's not going to help anybody.
Yeah, and it's so important. I think that one of the things that I love about my show and what I do is I'm trying to balance out all of the negative things that come across your eyes, your what you read on TV, in anywhere, and just really focus on what the good is, what the positive sides. There's 10 things and 9 are negative and only 1 is positive. You can still create a bubble of positivity by focusing on that one positive.
That's right.
And I've watched you do this. Obviously the Today Show was an opportunity for you to expand and grow and develop that positive side of yourself.
Oh, talk about being faced with a challenge.
Yes.
And, succumbing to that challenge.
Yeah.
Because it was defining. It was historical.
Yeah.
It literally was historical. Yeah. I mean, what happened there cannot be explained.
I was
a
shocked.
Phenomenon. I mean, it was the most negative response I've ever seen to any performance anywhere.
Yeah.
And then it was an abundance of love.
Yes.
To the point that I was overwhelmed. I mean, 250 million views in 1 week. We made history.
Yeah.
It's never happened from a Today Show performance, ever.
Right.
So that was like, okay. And even on the show itself, it got the most views. And on todayshow.com, it got the, I mean, it was
they
just
love
like,
you.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Well, they made some bucks.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
maybe on your pain.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
But I'll tell you what,
but
my father.
But they weren't capital. I don't feel like they were capitalizing.
No, they didn't.
I feel
love
like
the
were
way they
trying to
had
be
you
nice.
back on.
Yeah.
I thought that was fabulous, and the way that they framed it, I thought was fabulous too.
Yeah, I agree.
I love the way that you framed it. I think,
and in the end, I was very depressed for the
Were
next.
you?
Oh yeah, the next day I woke up terrible. I mean, even leaving New York, I was a mess. I was like crying all the way home on the plane.
Yeah.
I was literally looking out the window going, I've just destroyed my career.
Yeah, no.
Like, I'm done.
And I didn't understand why, because I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I
thought it
felt
was great too. I thought the performance was everything I wanted it to be. It was perfect. But that said, it did not in any way get the response I was expecting. I just didn't. I was like, what just happened? How could this happen?
Right.
And then, for about 48 hours, I was in that place. And then I made this video where we were just like, look, guys, we've been beaten up. We're sad. We're destroyed. Leave us alone. Like, if you want to go pick on somebody, go pick on somebody else. Don't pick on us because we can't take anymore.
Right.
And then
which
all
was,
of a
I
sudden,
thought, pretty courageous to show your feelings
you.
and that you were human. And,
Right.
if you're going to step on my toe, I'm going to say, ouch. I'm not going to pretend like I'm that,
Right.
thick-skinned that I'm not going to react.
Yeah, because I mean, nobody's gotten a beating like this. That I'm like, did I murder somebody? Did I rape somebody?
Yeah.
Did I
it
hurt
was
a child? Like, what
really
the
interesting.
hell?
It was really interesting. The intensity of the reaction, and my father would say, he's in heaven now, but the critics who, critics are like one-legged men who tell you what you should be doing to run.
Right.
They can't do it themselves. They don't know how to do it, but they have a plethora of advice on how you should be doing it.
And this is
or
the
what's
thing.
right
There
and
was
wrong.
nothing constructive or
Nothing.
creative about their
Nothing.
criticism. It was literally just calling me weird, calling
Yeah.
me bizarre, calling
Yeah.
me talentless. Like, all these things that I was just like, God, what?
Yeah.
that's
So
not
here's
even-
Wasn't that amazing? I just love the fact that one, there's like no degrees of separation, and two, that he has taken all of the crap that he had in his early life and is a great example of chiseling into someone who is happy and choosing happiness and helping other people. So as my perfect kind of guest, I hope you enjoyed that. We'll bring you the rest of his interview tomorrow. So keep it tuned here to Take My Advice, I'm Not Using It, Get Balanced with Dr. Marissa, the morning show here on KCAA, AM 1050, FM 102.3, FM 106.5, the station that leaves no listener behind. And remember, it's all about balance. Peace in, peace out, world peace through inner peace. This is Dr. Marissa reminding you to have the best day ever.